to tell everyone a little bit about me. My name is Daniel C. Fernandez, Danny Fernandez for the ones that know me. Danny Fiendish, Danny Recovery. There's a lot of nicknames when somebody's a fan or a former pro wrestler or whatever, in the street aliases, you know. But right now, and I am a man in recovery from heroin addiction, according to the bylaws and the rules with NAAA and my own program, Spectrum, I am, as of today, 64 days clean of heroin. I'm very proud of myself. My friends are very proud of me. My girlfriend, my sister, my ex-girlfriend, the whole slew of people, friends that I've made. I think some friends that I've made for life. When I was 24 years old, let's go back a little further. When I was 15 or 16, I first started experimenting with marijuana and drinking. To me, it's no gateway drug. It's fear-mongering. That's all it is that Dare was doing. That's what it is. It's fear-mongering to the 10th degree. You know, Dare didn't work for me, you know? Not at all. Let's see. So for the years of high school and college, I was a big pothead. I first got arrested at 19. And I'm not going to bring up my parents' stuff and psychiatrists and trying to stay up prep, because the things I did, I take the rap for. I did drugs because I enjoyed them, no matter if they were prescribed to me, prescribed to others, or illicit for the most part, which that came a little bit later, except for the weed, which wasn't much of anything. I was 24 when my dad had his big subarachnoid hemorrhage and he just dropped dead at the local Popeyes on Bergen Line Avenue. And just to see him in the hospital in that state, 2 months where my mom wouldn't let him go even though he was brain dead, about 3 months they've had him in there, got close to 3 months. Then I had to go see a dead man with his foot chopped off, gangrenous. I was popping pills left and right, Percocets, Vicodin. Started with the Vicodin, the Percocets, Tramadol. When my mom died a couple of years later, she just gave up on life. She also became a socially acceptable drug addict, you might want to say, taking a lot of Percocets. I used to split Percocets with mom. And, and no fault to her own, she struggled. She had a lot of mental illness herself. But I don't blame any of my stuff on mental illness. For the most part, I like to get high. And it got me through a lot of shit. So when my mom died, that night that we had to go drive and see her dead, I was with my girlfriend, my then girlfriend, in the car, and she really, she saw me for the first time stuff like 6 Percocets in my mouth. She was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Dan?" I was like, just stay quiet. I did what I had to do, Years went by, I was addicted to the pills, Years went by, and I tried heroin here and there, coke and other things. But, that one heroin, heroin is so much cheaper and so much stronger than Percocet and Vicodin and all that other shit, the blues, the oxys. And I'm the realest guy you'll ever find on the internet, because I will tell you the truth, the real names. I'll give you guys names, because fuck them. People I don't like, I ain't scared of shit. Just a little bit about me and my drug addiction and my recovery. It all culminated to me doing, 2 more buns a day. 2 more, 20, 25 bags a day. Now, my paycheck at the supermarket was going from one hand to someone else's hand. As soon as I got paid, then I would be fronted another few bundles. And the vicious cycle started there. It's always a vicious cycle. And, what can I say from that forward? It was so cheap, man, and it was so good, and it was so strong, and I enjoyed doing it. No excuses. The drug addict enjoys doing drugs. You know, I finally... Now, that covered my... But, you know, bills had to be paid, etc. So I started stealing from my job. You know, I wasn't stealing... You know, I was going for top shelf shit. You know, I was stealing lobsters, shrimp, jumbo shrimp, filet mignon, churrascos, you know. Big 15-pound motherfucker churrascos, you know. And I was walking away with a lot of money. You know, I'm lucky that they looked the other way to some degree and really didn't add up just how much I was stealing. It's dead and over with, so, you know, no double jeopardy, fuckers. At Stop and Shop, fuck you. Especially my meat manager, fuck you. I went through hell. I really did. I'm doing so much better now. Let's see, after I got caught, I walked outside with all this shrimp and tenderloins and whatnot. Got taken to the office. My manager, store manager, Herschel, decided to lay it into me. You fucked me, Dan. You used to shake my hand every day. You fucked me. We offered you help. You just can't offer help to somebody that has a serious psychological, physically dependent. I was dying. I was on my way to death, and this guy was telling me I was fucking him. No, I wasn't fucking him. Maybe the little Hindu girl that's always in your office, Herschel, was fucking you, but it certainly wasn't me. And from what I hear, the shrink, as you like to call it, was perfectly the same after I left. So who else is stealing there? Is it Lou? You know, jealous old Lou? Is it Frank? Frank is a great guy who wouldn't steal from baby deer. You know, Carlos is another world-class piece of shit that you know you don't like. You've told me yourself. And Lou, you told me plenty of things about Lou Herschel, but whatever. The men were worse than the women in the store so far as gossiping and whatnot. 100 times over. But either way, after I got taken from the store, the cops came pick me up, handcuffs right in front of all my friends. Myrna, one of them, didn't really want to be my friend at that point, I guess. This piece of shit is stealing. Well, he had a drug problem, a really bad drug problem. He was doing $200 of heroin every day. But, you know, I was the bad guy. I was the black sheep. Well, I got taken to jail because they would have let me out with a ROR, with just a ticket of summons to go to jail. I got caught on a Friday. So when you get caught on a Friday, Saturday they have CJP. CJP is video court for the people in the county. So I had North Bergen and Union City CJP. You know, ROR, release on own recognizance, no problem. But you have an out-of-county. And out-of-county seems to take as much time as they want to get to your case. So it was the 6th day that they finally let me out after I was sick and kicking the whole time. And it didn't go away because I was doing fentanyl. Most of my shit was fentanyl. When I got to the clinic, it was all fentanyl. Alright, so they came, picked me up that day. They gave me a bus pass and bye-bye. I finally found my, there was like 2 girls, and I took the bus. She gave me a cigarette, thank you, whoever you are. Really appreciate that. My name is Danny Fernandez, if you remember that. You know, I owe you a cigarette, and I'll give it to you. And, walking to the precinct in Midtown Jersey City, where I had to the courthouse, where I had to pick up my stuff. Walking out of there after I picked up my wallet and my phone, I found $20. That $20 got me 3 bags, and with those 3 bags, I was good till the next day. I went to get 3 bags. I went home. I fell asleep. I knocked out. Most beautiful sleep I had in days, because I didn't sleep in jail. That Librium helped me sleep very little. And And they were giving me upwards of 150 milligrams of Librium, which is quite a lot from what I've learned afterwards. So it was with that. I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning in my girlfriend's house, and I was calling. I called Spectrum directly, and they were like, "You're in here within an hour with the money to start the intake, and you'll drink today, this morning, and you'll go to group the following day," which was a Tuesday. No. I got out on the Tuesday. I drank that day. I drank Wednesday during the afternoon. I drank Thursday, and my first group was Friday. So that was my first 3-hour group, Friday, after I got out. And haven't turned around. I gave a few dirties in the beginning, about a month of dirty urines. And but as of right now, as of today, how I'm counting, 8 times 8, 64. 64 days clean from heroin. I'm a drug addict, and I'm 64 days clean from my drug of choice, drugs in general. And I'm proud of that. My family's proud of that. And I did it through my yoga recovery. Recovery yoga is a system I've devised. I've written it out on several journals, diagrams. I'm hoping something comes up of recovery yoga, because I've been working hard on it. I stopped spamming Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat just to do my recovery yoga here on YouTube. And these things help me. These help me, put out there what I don't feel I could speak to my girlfriend about, I can't speak to my sister. She's never been there. My girlfriend gets mad sometimes when I tell her about the bad days, about the drugs, how I took them, why I took them, the manner by which I procured money to get them, having street credit. Not street cred, street credit. I had damn good street credit. And I can say today I'm alive and I'm happy. And I have no regrets, because I wouldn't be the man I was today if all those mistakes weren't made. And mistakes, they were known. They were things that I did knowing the consequences. So were they merely mistakes? They were things poorly done, bad decisions. That's why we're going to focus on, in recovery yoga, recovery yoga, we could call it recovery life after death. In that life goes on one day at a time, and you have to stop with the drugs. We all have something, we all have something, if you know what I mean. And but heroin, people talk about the psychedelics, people talk about it's hard for me to talk about. People talk about ecstasy and LSD and PCP, how horrible they are. There's nothing as great and as terrible as diamorphine, heroin. It's so cheap. With what the people are doing in the street right now, cutting it with fentanyl, it's deadly. It's deadly to begin with. Please, get yourself some help. It's not that hard. Cold turkey, I've experienced, people go right back, If you find a decent meth clinic, go for it. But go for it seriously. No bullshit. Follow the rules. Do it right. Try to do this cold turkey. Some people can. I've seen a lot of those same people relapse really quick. At the end of the day, we're going to be drug addicts forever. So, the point of the story is, keep pushing forward. You can overcome everything in life. There's no boundaries in life that you can't personally climb over, break through, shoot through, kick through, punch through. Fuck heroin.